You guys know the moron Tomi Lahren. Now, I talked about her absolutely moronic comments when it comes to immigration. Of course, she's a massive xenophobe. Now, I had done a story, I can't remember exactly when it was some months ago. It was about a genealogist who looked back at Tomi Lahren's roots, and this is actually a really cool thing to do because you see these extremely xenophobic comments that they make, and then you go, okay, bitch, I'm gonna look at your family tree, let's see what's up. And so, someone did this, a genealogist did this. Her name is Jennifer Mendelssohn. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. But let me read you guys the comment that Tomi Lahren made on Waters World that I covered yesterday. She said, "You don't just come into this country with low skills, low education, not understanding the language, and come into our country because someone says it makes them feel nice. That's not what the country is based on." So she says that's not what the country is based on. By the way, she said, "Oh, why is it bad to be a meritocracy?" When I pointed out, if it was a meritocracy, bitch, you wouldn't be working there because you are the dumbest person on planet Earth and you contribute literally nothing to society whatsoever. But so here's what this tweet says from Jennifer. She says, "Except the 1930 census says Tommy's third great grandmother, three times great grandmother. So I'm guessing that's great grandmother. Had been here for 41 years and still spoke German. Her second great grandmother had been here for 10 years, spoke no English. Her great grandfather's 1895 baptism from Minnesota recorded in Norwegian." So that means that her own comment, again, let me read you again. It says, "Low education, not understanding the language, and come into our country because someone says it makes them feel nice." Hey, dumb bitch, that's exactly what happened to you. Which means that your entire conclusion of that's not what this country is based on is completely patently false. Completely patently false. So, she's even talking here about just, regular immigration here. But her own tree shows that the people who immigrated here within her family, they didn't speak English. The baptism was recorded in Norwegian. Her triple great grandmother spoke only German. Second great grandma, or 2 times great grandma as it was listed there, spoke no English whatsoever. So it's completely antithetical. The evidence is completely antithetical to everything Tomi Lahren says. And, Tomi Lahren's a very xenophobic person, and I'm very interested to know whether or not Tomi believes what she says, because I don't think she does. Because if you kind of delve into her history as a person, there's videos of her in college having her own show, which she looks very different than she does now, by the way. If you want to look at that, I recommend it. But she basically was somebody who was saying, very liberal things on her little news show, her college news show, whatever it was. I can't remember exactly what it was. And also, you could tell she didn't give any shits about politics whatsoever. And so she figures out, she gamed the system is basically what it was. So I would love to scrutinize and bring into question whether or not Tomi Lahren actually believes what she says, because I'm under the impression, again, she lives in, the article that I read says that she lives in Los Angeles and she has a net worth of almost $3 million now. So she's gamed the system. She's living in California, the California hellhole that all these Republican conservatives talk about. She's super popular now, but she wants to live in California. I don't know. Is that weird? Is that just me that brings that into question? I mean, if it's California, and as Ben Shapiro lives there and he calls it a hellhole, I mean, why would you live there if it's a hellhole? Why would you live in California, etc., etc.? But it's just massive hypocrisy on her part, man. She's such an imbecile. Is there any other way to put it? She's such a fucking imbecile.